Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's an overcast day. It's smelling like it's gonna be rain, sort of, but I don't think it is. Oh, look, it'd be lovely to have it rain, but anyway. I'm rosboundy psychic medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. Let's go across to the cards. It is a gorgeous Sunday. It's a lovely morning. Good morning to Shaz, Sharon. Good morning, Ros, and everyone. And another hi. G'day with the hand. Here we go for the cards. Okie doke. Here we are. Oh, that's right. I changed my position with where I put myself with this one yesterday. There we go. We'll go about there. Sarana George deck again, because I do the same cards on the weekend, of course, as in the 2 days. Sarana George Lenormand and the artworks by Callie French. Gorgeous artwork, simple cards today. Very simple. What we've got is the ring in the home space, in the main theme for the day, sorry. We've got the moon in the home space, and it is the coffin, again, in the workspace. So that's very interesting that we've got that. It's just how they fall, of course, and Spirit are letting us know that this is the cards, the message that we're needing for today. So here we go, putting the cards up like that. I grab the guidebook, and you can see the detail in the cards in the artwork a little better, can't you? So what we have as the corresponding cards in this one for our playing deck is the Ace of Clubs for our ring card, number 25. That's the one I'm going to read first because I'm reading the meanings because it's been a while since I've used the Rana George, and each of the different creators of the card decks do have slightly different interpretations, not by much. I mean, it is to do with those promises and vows that we've been learning about recently, because the ring has been fairly frequently in the spread over the last week, same as the coffin. So let's see, here we have is a red cabochon, a red cabochon ruby. Oh God, this is a Sunday morning, isn't it? Definitely the little slips of the tongue, because it's not been long since I've been out of bed. I've been very deep asleep. Okay, let's start again. The Ace of Clubs correspondingly with the playing cards, card 25. This is the ring. It is a red cabochon ruby, centers this gold ring. There's the ruby. It is a gold ring with emerald cut sapphires on the sides. Lying on a soft whitish silk cloth, resting atop a vintage wooden inlaid box. There, got it all out fairly smoothly. Okay, and the quote that's in this one, because Rana does do quotes for each of her readings here, from Desmond Tutu. It's "My humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together." A bit scary sometimes when you see other things happening around the world, isn't it? But that's the quote. In the reading for this card, which we have as only a 3-card spread, our main theme, the home and the workspace. So it encompasses all of what is relevant for our life, though. So there you go. And Sharon, wow, I just realised that the coffin's here as it was yesterday. Yep, it is. Still there with the same energies. So very important message to move onward with, isn't it? Now, here we have it. The ring is the symbol of completion and coming together for a partnership, agreement, reunion, commitment, or a marriage. It can also be referring to a cycle or the I've got an interesting word here. It's Ouroboros. I'm going to have to put this one in here. No, hang on. I'm going to type it in the comments, because you'll understand why I have a bit of trouble with pronouncing Ouroboros. Ouroboros. There we go. We'll see. We'll see what it comes up with as a definition later, because I'm not sure. The ring also can be about contracts and deals and anything binding or uniting. So the ring is a promise, but can be a trap with negative cards around it. Well, there's not negative cards around it. I don't see anything as that when I read the cards anyway. It's just what it is, what the energies are that are vibrating, that are being brought forward for us to learn from. And that's what we have today. It is a promise. It's that is going to be some sort of a contract or agreement, things like that. It's that feeling of commitment, okay? And I feel with pleasure, with happiness, with joy, that type of feeling with what we're agreeing to. It's not something negative. We are, a ring is a gift exchanged to wear. It's an open commitment. Okay, so that's our theme for the day today. Now, as we move on to the moon card, I'm just going to switch over to that card. It is the 8 of Hearts corresponding to the playing cards, and what we have is the moon in the sky with its reflection in that Laguna water. So this beautiful night sky adorned with a bright shining crescent reflects over the blue Mediterranean waters. So I described it pretty well, as how did Rana as well. So there you go. More big words as far as there's 2 quotes included in the guidebook for this one. It's Shahrazad al-Khalij. If someday the moon calls you by your name, don't be surprised, because every night I tell her about you. That's a lovely quote. And the other one is Khalil Gibran. Is not the beautiful moon that inspired poets the same moon which angers the silence of the sea with a terrible roar? Interesting quotes, those two. Yeah, very interesting quotes, actually. So what we have from what Rana's suggesting in a reading is the moon is a multi-dimensional card. On one hand, it talks about emotions, attractions and romance. Another aspect is more concentrated on reputation, being in the limelight, exposure, rewards, commendation and fame. So the moon can be that pat on the back or that emotional hug. So the moon can also be about our dreams, psychic abilities, intuition and our connection to spirit. So it is a very romantic card for Rana. It is the wooing card, which is very interesting that it's placement in the home space, in that is personal, intimate, and the closer friendships that we have in our family, etc. Isn't that very well placed with the ring next to it? Very, very interesting. And yes, the moon is waxing now to right yesterday. It was new moon yesterday. Yeah. Good morning, Kim. Kim's saying good morning, Ros. Finally caught her live. Hope you are well. Oh, I'm very well, thank you. Well rested. I had a good sleep last night, so which is becoming interesting to try and have those good sleeps in amongst other more restless ones. Saturday night was very restless. Oh, hang on. Saturday night was last night. Friday night was restless. So thank you for the well wishes there. Hoping I'm well. Yeah, because I am. A waxing moon, definitely, and it certainly is about our public being that shining light, the glittering moon, as it mentions, as far as the public. Not like the star. The star is a different shining light, the star public type thing, as far as fame and fortune, fame and celebrity and stuff. This is more about that is the gentle being in the limelight. You are going to be seen, but it's that gentler, and especially since you've got that spirit realm, the intuition and the psychic senses and all that more heightened with this right now as well, with the moon being here and especially in the home space. So you're certainly going to have some awareness around what symbolisms and stuff you're seeing through the day today. But keeping in mind that we've got this promise that is, our commitment and our vow connecting with us today as well too, in a special way. So, and I know, Shaz, you were present at a wedding yesterday, so that certainly is that energy still connecting through in our day today. Now, Fiona, I'm going to pop this up. Good morning, Ros Girlie, and all around the globe, and especially good afternoon, evening for those who are on the other side of the world. The numbers. 5 for the day number. Whoops, I'll pop that back up again. 5 for the day number, and the numerology for the cards is the 25, 1, 32, 8, 8, 9, and it all breaks down to being a 2 for the cards. So that's wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Fiona. Now, as we go across to the coffin again in the workspace, goodness. Really, when we see a card in the same place each day, as far as, exactly the same place, not even just a place in the reading, we do see it as being more that there is the energy still working through, there's still extra things of the similar nature that are needing to be worked on. It's not a trend, it's just that there is the lingering energy. Things aren't quite finished, but it's still in the process. So this card being that is an old mark, and I'll read through the explanation again because there might be some new people here watching that haven't seen these cards before. So even though we've seen it yesterday, I'll still read through the guidebook reading. So an old marble coffin draped with a purple mourning cloth is surrounded by the beautiful lush scenery. This image reminds us that the end can come at any time, but life will always go on, as it does for those surviving, for those who are continuing onward with the work that's happening, especially being in the workspace. The quotes, there's 2. Steve Jobs, if you remember, it was the death is very likely the single best invention of life. It is life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new, which it does in many different ways. And the Mark Twain quote is the fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. So it's being ready. It is in this sense, for me, it's live well. Because, we all do die, but live well and be ready to move on at any point in time. And that is also for the things that we have that we are needing to move on and say, well, that's finished its usefulness, it's dead, it's like a lot of things are, they only have a certain lifespan. So with so many things, actually, when you think of it. So this is the context in our workspace that we're looking at it. So when the coffin card comes up, we have to pay attention because something is about to end or be lost. The coffin it does signify sickness, illness, exhaustion, depression, pessimism, death, a heavy or draining situation. The coffin also talks about a painful transformation, change, fears, or a serious loss. When the coffin shows up in a small reading, the effect is diminished. So it's not heavy grief of any sort. It can be a death and a grief, yes, physically of a person. This is in the workspace, so I see it more as being like I'd mentioned yesterday, it's something that is finishing, completing, and needing to allow that space for the next whatever is happening in your work to be seeded, blossom, grow, and take that place. It is that cycle of life in some sense, that what we're doing is moving something on because it's completed what it's needed to be here for, and then there's something new that will grow and move into place to be that next whatever focus your work is on, that type of thing. So the message can be as simple as putting your feet up, sleeping in extra long, or a period of stagnation. It's time to wait until, or something is going to be that period of waiting whilst the completion is done for that next to come through. I do feel that with this, it is more around that is specific little tasks or projects in a workspace that we are seeing that finishing, and it's the richness of what has been passed through, of how much work we've put into it. Yes, we can still grieve for that stage being completed, because sometimes it's almost like seeing your baby grow up. You don't really want to see your cutesy little baby grow up and fend for themselves, but they do. They do grow into adults and being their own person, and in their own works, you know, they create for themselves. They work and do what is the norm of living a good life. So here it is, the workspace that we are letting go of what is currently in action. It is being completed and something else is taking place. It's shining the light on what is that. It can be that focus of, wow, it is time to let it be completed as well. Sometimes we might be hanging on to things that we know we should finish up, but we're just a bit reluctant to do. But it is time to have that completed as part of whatever that commitment was in the workspace as well. So it is a promising spread today, because we have that is good feels, you know, that we've exchanged with another, even if it's with our inner self and those commitments that we've made goals for. But I do feel it is more with those people around us in how we are interacting and sharing those, you know, don't make it empty words. Let the words that we've promised, you know, those things that we've said we'd do and everything, and, you know, the commitments that we're making be absolutely fully with joy and gratitude. Okay, that's what I'm feeling with the ring being that central space and shining that gorgeous light on what we're doing in every aspect. Okay, so that's the cards for today. Thank you for joining me on your Sunday. It is our Sunday here this side of the globe. For those of you who are still in the the other side, the northern hemisphere. I mean, it's all the same time zone, the Africa, as you're moving Africa, Europe and all that sort of stuff. It's the other side, isn't it? It's not just the west, though. For us, it's the west. Interesting how we can, how do you explain the globe in that respect? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. It's lovely to see you here. Thank you for watching the replays. I do have the links to the website for booking individual personalised readings. That is there, thepsychic.online. Thank you. Keep being the best you. And there's Kim saying thank you, Ros. Have a wonderful day. I think you're meaning have a wonderful day, everyone. Because we're all going to have a day, aren't we? Even though the other side of the world's still in their evening, night time. Thanks, Kim. Thank you. I love picking up typos. I think I'm just an automatic proofreader. Wonderful, isn't it? Having, our talents. Keep being you in all your unique ways. I love you all. Until tomorrow, namaste. Oh, hang on. I've got something different here from Fiona before I go. It's, the day number of 5. Oh, so the numbers are 2. Yeah, you've already had them up. Oh, well, good. Thank you. Here we go. There you go. You had the quick reminder again of the cards. And there we go. Wonderful day. Thanks, Kim and Fiona. Love and light. Thank you. Namaste.